my Subterror Guru control deck is at the moment, what I've been playing with. Just been messing around with this online at the moment, nothing too serious, but I think it's a good template for new players and players coming back into the game. Also, if people want to try something new, I mean, obviously the Dragoon version was super popular a couple of months ago, I think last format, where you are able to summon Dragoon, flip, and then set a Guru, use Hidden City to flip it back up, get some advantage off it that way, and then back Dragoon off with some Floodgates, which is always nice. So yeah, so this is the deck. I'm just going to go through it and I'm going to post this on YouTube. So if you guys haven't checked my YouTube out already, it should be in my link in my Twitter description. Not Twitter, Twitch. And it probably is in my Twitter description as well. But yeah, check my socials out as well, like Instagram, Twitter. It should be all in my either YouTube description or the description of my last video on YouTube. They're somewhere. If you dig them out, you'll find them. Alright, so for the main deck, 40 cards, we're playing 10 hand traps. So 3 Imperm, 3 Ash, 2 Bell, 2 Vela. These ones are the best right now. No Gamma if you don't really need it. And yeah, so you could play DD Crow, but I think Bell's probably better at the moment. You could also play D-Shifter, and I was a big fan of D-Shifter. Well, I am a big fan of D-Shifter this format. And you could also play Phantasmi to draw into it as well. And that's quite a good idea if you guys want to pick up the deck or pick up some sort of like hand traps that are good against the meta. Obviously, you don't want a D-Shifter when you struggle against it yourself, so you have to be careful in that regard. But yeah, 10 hand traps. These are the like most generic ones. And like the Subterror engine is all one card. Like, let's say, for example, you draw Terraforming. Terraforming gets you City. City gets you Guru. Guru gets a Fiendus or an Archer. So we play 3 Guru, probably the best cards. I remember when this deck first came out, and then like, it's just sick. It's just a good deck. I remember when was it? They banned this before YCS London 2019 October, and then everyone was like Guru, 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 Guru's best deck. And yeah, probably hate that I mentioned this, but Tom Rose played this this deck at YCS London, and he didn't have the best tournament with it. It's funny because Tom Rose normally plays a deck that loses to Pistola, and so everyone was like, "Wow, Tom Rose is playing a trap deck," which he never ever does. But yeah, so Guru, amazing card. Fiendus, which is the in archetype hand trap. This card's insane. It gives you recursion by the graveyard summon, and it gives you a negate when you have it in hand with a face-up Subterror. So yeah, really good cards. Archer's utility to take advantage of the Guru flip effect. Hidden City is probably the best card in the deck, to be honest. Gives you access to any Subterror monster, and it allows you to flip summon Guru on turn 1. Normally, like flip cards, they've just grown out of the game because they're too slow. But yeah, this is what makes the deck quite fast-paced for a trap deck. And then for the consistency cards, we play 1 Terraforming, 3 Prosperity, 2 Duality. You could play 3 Extravagance, but I think, like I said in my last deck profile on the Mystic Mind Burn, I just prefer Prosperity. It just digs you for engine cards. Imagine playing against Sky Striker, right, and just digging for on Imperial Order, or playing against Drytron and digging against a Macrocosmos or Fisher. Just good. It's just a sick card. As soon as it came out, I literally just broke the bank and bought 3 of them. And then when the reprint is due, I'll just sell them and buy the reprint. Duality, because we barely special summon. You could probably side one out in seconds, but I feel it's quite impactful going first to dig for more Floodgates. 1 Call of the Grave, because utility. I'd love this card to come out as 3, but I think we're waiting on the Crossout Designator from the OCG, which will eventually replace this card. But we do need something in the format that's like generic, offensively and defensively that you can just play. So I think Call of the Grave is really good in this deck. Allows your Gurus to go through, as long as you terror and your Hidden City. So yeah, Call's a good card. Cosmic, just generic back row removal. You could probably take it out for 1 Duster and play more hand traps, whatever you prefer. But I think I always like Cyclone in the main deck, especially because we don't have any Mystic Bind out. And as you saw from my last video, if that gets dropped on you out of nowhere, you can just lose a game 1. And then for the meta techs, which is Fisher and Macrocosmos. So Dimension Fisher is just stops Tri-Brigade, stops Drytron, stops Salaman Great, stops Sky Striker, and it does not affect us, hinder us whatsoever. The only way it hinders us is if we fiend us and all our monsters are banished, but that's not the end of the world. I'd rather have stop her opponent, to be honest. Order, just a good card in the meta right now, just Sky Striker floating around, and those are strong spell cards in the meta as well, so Order's really good. And then my favourite card in the deck, Final Battle. So this card's broken, like it's actually, if you think about it, it's actually broken. The fact that you can infinite advantage, infinite card resource, set it, keep flipping it, it's pretty nuts. And it gives you loads of utility to flip up Subterror, flip down the Subterror, and then double Subterror attack, or make them unaffected. So that's 4 effects, sorry, not 3. So yeah, really good card. You only need 2. 3's not needed. 2's perfect. And then one of my favourite Floodgates of all time, there can be only 1. So we play this against, well, it covers the meta, I suppose. I mean, only certain decks can play around it. I think Drytron plays around it quite well. But yeah, just a brilliant card. Strike as well, because it's good going first and second. Let's say, for example, we do a there can be, and then they monster negate it. We do a strike, it ends the chain, and then there can be resolves, and they're kind of stuck unless they don't have any, unless they have more back row removal. So that's for the main deck, quite solid, quite consistent, and covers the meta quite well at the moment. And then for the side deck, D-Shifter, as I mentioned at the start of the video, you could main deck this along with Phantasme. I think that's quite a good call, to be fair. Phantasme is like a really good card right now. I think when that card came out as well, like everyone was like, oh, I don't know whether it would work. And then at the time of release, it was like Sky Striker format and Salmon Creek format. And yeah, Guard Dragons were a thing as well, so Phantasme is a really good card. Good part, yeah, you could definitely play in this deck. So yeah, D-Shifter, another brilliant card, same as Cosmos and Fisher. It's a meta call. And then Pankratops, good generic, go second. Duster, back row removal, Cosmic. So I always play 6 back row removal. So we've got 3 Lightning Storms, 1 Duster, 3 Cosmics. And then for going first, play Judgment and Summon Event, because we love Floodgates in this deck. This deck doesn't care about summoning. Set up Guru, take control of the game, back him up with Floodgates. That is the strategy, I suppose. And then for the extra deck, I've put loads of stuff in here, like Super Poly targets. Obviously, we don't play Super Polymerization, but you could. And these are some of the targets you could play. The Predaplant fusions. The best one, Starving Venom fusion for Out Dragoon. Play some Cyber Dragon stuff in case you ever play Cyber Dragon. The Haki Fibrax combo with Selene code really comes off, to be honest. You don't really need to summon it, but it is an option if needed. Along with the token removal for Dino, because Dino still comes up now and then. Get rid of your egg token, and then Phoenix, Cerberus, Unicorn, Utility. So yeah, just a quick deck profile, just showing you a template you can use. Like I said, if you're on a budget or if you're new and want to get into the meta, one of the best decks to pick up for sure. I mean, yeah, it's not the best deck, but it can certainly win games on rated and in tournaments. I've seen loads of people win tournaments with this deck recently as well, so that speaks to itself, I suppose. So yeah, if you're watching this on my YouTube, thanks for watching. Subscribe, check out my Twitch and my socials, and I'll see you guys soon.